Thank you for coming by, Tory Magoo 44. Today is the 24th of January, and this is an incredible weekend for all of us. Us meaning ex-Scientologists, critics, anonymous, independents, and even Scientologists who are still in but are basically out and under the radar. This is a message to David Miscavige. David Miscavige runs the Church of Scientology. First of all, it is not a church, just to make that clear, as anyone thinks of a church. They don't have faith. They're trying to say they have tenants. They used to call it tech. Now it's tenants. They used to call it members. Now they're parishioners. They used to call them orgs. Now they're churches. Right? So see, they're really trying to fit into this religious, image that they have, which they're not religious. It's a flat out business. You have to pay for every single level. It's like a triangle, and the higher up you get, the worse off you get. The less you can speak out, the less you can read, the less you can look, which is why people on the internet always say, I would never do that. Neither would we. If we could have looked on the internet, but at the time there was no internet, certainly not one that regular people had access to. And even if there is, even to this day, Scientologists will not look at it. They've built in, academics have said, the two worst cults are the Moonies and Scientology. Why? Because they build in these traps where you cannot look. And again, I know people say, I wouldn't agree with that. I wouldn't have either. I mean, I was a free speech advocate. I was a hippie. Do you know what I mean? How could I possibly? I fought against the Vietnam War, marched every single day. I mean, I was a big spokesperson for freedom, right? And yet, and I'm not against. I wasn't against the guys that were in the Vietnam War, but the guys that who ran it, because they knew it was a bogus war, and it was. And that's how all these wars are. They really are, in my opinion. No one asked us to come, and no one wants us to come to their countries. If they do, that's a different story, but that hasn't happened. We've just been, hooking into them, but that's a different story. Anyway, back to Miscavige. Okay, so you are creating these abuses, David Miscavige. You're a liar, and you know it, and I know it, and so do thousands of people around the world. But one key thing has changed this weekend, and that is Alex Gibney has stepped up to the plate, made a documentary about the exact abuses we're talking about. And as I said in my last video, had you not taken out the full page ad against Alex Gibney, you could have said, those were nice people. We liked them. I'm sorry it didn't work out for them, but they left 10 to 30 years ago, and we certainly don't do that kind of thing anymore. But taking out a full page ad against Alex Gibney proves exactly that. What they're doing in this documentary that they used to do then, they are still doing today. And Tory Chrisman, aka Tory Bazazian, when I was married, I am asking you to stop abusing people. Stop breaking up families. Stopping free speech. Stop frauding people. Stop taking their money. Stop roping in young kids to billion-year contracts in the Sea Organization when you know it's nothing more than a giant trap with some pretty good cheese in it. That's all it is. That's it. And you may be in the trap yourself. So if you are, and you're thinking it's really good, and oh, I'm such an evil person, I don't mind that. All I'm asking you to do is really and truthfully, and this is for anyone, read and look and listen and look at both sides. Now, I know, Miscavige, from talking to people that did know you really personally, you really got a creepy side to you. And, when people have a creepy side to them, you can either get that under control and become a nicer human being, or you can die being known as one of the jerks of the universe. And you're kind of in that boat with those guys. Is that really how you want to keep moving? You're kind of over being a young guy. You're not a young guy anymore. And you've got to look at, what do you want to leave for this planet? Scientology with all these abuses. I see your ads. Oh my God, we've helped all these people, millions of people around the world. We've helped educate people. We've handled drugs. We've handled millions of things. We're just incredible. Oh my God, we care about you. Bullshit. You don't care about us. And I know it. I was on OT7 when you started the golden age of tech, which was full of shit, and you know it, and I know it. And how do we know it? Because now you have the golden age of tech too. So give us our money back for the guys who paid for the golden age of tech 1, because we were on 7. I spent a lot of money on it. You owe me that money. Okay? That's the facts. You have taken money from thousands of people. You abuse people every day. You're the guy that runs the show, and you need to step up to the plate and change it. Okay? And you've proven you can change it with your basic books, which totally change. You can't say, oh, keeping Scientology working, I can't really change anything. That's not really true, is it, Davey? Because you came out with the basics, right? Which changed everything. And you've changed a lot of stuff. The definition of FN. Ah, excuse me. Please, I'm gagging. That was awful. For people who don't understand it, it doesn't matter. You can Google it and look it up, but he completely changed it where it doesn't really work. Their counseling that sort of worked before doesn't really work at all now because of that one little thing, changing the definition of an FN. So you need to stop abusing people, stop harming people. You don't care about the regular person. Let's get that straight. For the average Joe who's seeing these ads about how you've helped all these people, you personally don't give a shit about the average person. And I was there when you came in and said, the party's over. We are done with you guys having fun on OT7. We are after the money. We're after doctors, dentists, lawyers, anyone professional, basically, who has money. And the rest of the people, who cares? They can't afford it anyway. That's the fact. So if you're even thinking about doing Scientology, if you have tons of money, keep moving because they will take your tons of money. Believe me. If you're a parent and your kid is in it and you're thinking, well, my kid doesn't have any money, think again. They're after your money. Whatever connection there is to money, that's what they're after. And if you don't have any money, do not waste a dime there because believe me, they will get you to work there 24/7, slaving away. And this documentary is going to show you what happened to some people that did that bought into that drill. Okay, so this is this weekend. It's at Sundance. The premiere is happening. Good luck to everyone. I'm so proud that this is happening and that I know these people. I'm so proud that all of us have come as far as we've come. It's really fantastic. And Miscavige, I can't say it again, wake up, man, because you cannot just keep harming people and think you're going to get away with it. It doesn't work. You can have all the ads you put out, but the abuses stand. And those happen every single day. I talk to parents every single day who cannot talk to their children or children who can't talk to their parents because they're in. That's not right. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it with that. Thank you to everyone. This is going to be a fantastic weekend, and it'll be actually shown to the public on HBO in March. All right, there you go. Peace out. I love you guys. Got my hair done today. I'm going to see Disconnection tonight. Bye-bye.